Hi, I'm Jack from legalexpert.co.uk. We are personal injury claims specialists. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we offer a no-win, no-fee service. In this video, I'm going to be looking at whether or not you may be eligible to bring a claim for compensation if you've been involved in an accident which has resulted in a hand injury. I'll be taking a look at whether or not you can claim, along with how we recommend that you begin the process of claiming, as well as how much your hand injury may be worth, as we take a look at our compensation claim amounts table. If you have any questions or requests, let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, please do hit that thumbs up button, as this will help us see what type of content people find helpful. Hand injuries can impact several different aspects of our lives, from not being able to carry out tasks at work, being unable to operate a vehicle, as well as finding simple tasks like cooking and the upkeep of our own personal hygiene difficult, and sometimes impossible. So, if you've been involved in an accident which has resulted in a hand injury, you may be wondering whether or not you can claim compensation. The good news is, as long as the accident which caused your hand injury was caused due to the negligence of others, then you may be entitled to compensation. So that's whether or not you may be eligible. But how do you go about bringing a claim for a hand injury? Well, we strongly recommend that you reach out to a personal injury claims specialist that has experience in dealing with hand injury compensation claims. The good news for you is that legalexpert.co.uk not only offers a no-win, no-fee service, which means that there's no upfront fees, and if your case was to lose, then there's not a penny to pay. But we are also happy to offer you a completely free, zero obligation consultation. We will talk through your case with you in order to help you establish what your options are. You can speak to us whenever you'd like, as we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by calling our free phone helpline on 0800 652 7676, or by visiting our around-the-clock live chat service at legalexpert.co.uk. If you're wondering, personal injury compensation, how much compensation may I get? Well, we'll be happy to go over personal injury compensation levels and use our multiple injury compensation calculator, our soft tissue injury compensation calculator, and our workplace injury compensation calculator in order to help you establish how much you may be entitled to, as the figures that we'll shortly be going over will be for your injuries alone and do not include any additional sums for things like loss of income from time off work, any medical expenses, the cost of any trips made in relation to your injury, and any other expenses associated with your injury. Now we're going to take a look at how much your injuries may be worth when claiming compensation by taking a look at our hand injury compensation claim amount table.
In front of us we have the table for hand injuries, and for total or effective loss of both hands, this is a serious injury. You could expect to receive anything from £112,100 all the way up to £160,600. Then for serious damage to both hands, you could expect to receive anything from £44,550 right the way up to £67,410. Then for total or effective loss of one hand, you could expect to receive anything from £76,650 right the way up to £87,410. Then for amputation of index and middle and or ring fingers, you could expect to receive anything from £49,350 right the way up to £72,330. Then for serious hand injuries, you could expect to receive anything from £23,110 right the way up to £49,350. For less serious hand injury, you could expect to receive anything from £11,520 right the way up to £23,110. Then for a moderate hand injury, you could expect to receive anything from £4,640 right the way up to £10,580. For minor hand injuries, you could expect to receive anything from £730 right the way up to £3,460. For severe fractures to fingers, you could expect to receive anything up to £29,290. For total loss of index finger, you could expect to receive anything in the region of £14,930. For partial loss of index finger, you could expect to receive anything between £9,700 right the way up to £14,930. For fracture of index finger, you could expect to receive anything between £7,270 right the way up to £9,760. For total loss of middle finger, you could expect to receive anything in the region of £12,460. For serious injury to ring or middle fingers, you could expect to receive anything between £11,890 right the way up to £13,020. For loss of terminal phalanx of the ring or middle fingers, you could expect to receive anything between £3,150 right the way up to £6,260. For amputation of little finger, you could expect to receive anything between £6,890 right the way up to £9,760. For loss of part of little finger, you could expect to receive anything between £3,150 right the way up to £4,670. For amputation of ring and little fingers, you could expect to receive something in the region of £17,380. For amputation of the terminal phalanges of the index and middle fingers, you could expect to receive something in the region of £19,920. For middle finger injuries, you could expect to receive something up to £3,790. For loss of thumb, you could expect to receive anything between £28,310 right the way up to £43,710. For very serious injury to thumb, you could expect to receive anything between £15,620 right the way up to £27,910. For serious injury to the thumb, you could expect to receive anything between £10,040 right the way up to £13,360. For moderate injuries to the thumb, you could expect to receive anything between £7,700 right the way up to £10,040. For severe dislocation of the thumb, you could expect to receive anything between £3,150 right the way up to £5,410. For minor injuries to the thumb, you could expect to receive something up to £3,150. For trivial thumb injuries, you could expect to receive anything up to £1,760.
I'd like to emphasise that these figures are the amounts that you may receive solely as an award for the injury itself, and does not include the amount of any loss of income from time off work or any expenses you've incurred or may incur as part of your compensation sum, which means that the amount of your claim is likely to be larger. Once again, if you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, as this will help us see what type of content people find helpful. Thanks.
Of course, the circumstances of each incident are never the same, and whether or not you believe you have a valid claim, it's always advisable that you speak to an expert on the matter. So if you'd like further assistance, we are personal injury claim specialists. We offer free, friendly advice on no-win, no-fee compensation claims, so there's not a penny to pay if you lose. Get the maximum compensation that you deserve. We're rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, and we have specialist solicitors with up to 30 years experience. It'll only take just a couple of minutes for our team, who'll be happy to answer any questions you may have to help establish whether or not you have a valid claim. Call now on 0800 652 7676 or visit our live chat service at legalexpert.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe, as we'll be uploading helpful videos just like this one on a regular basis. You can also check out one of our recommended videos or head over to legalexpert.co.uk, where you can read community questions on our forum, get free advice from our live chat, read articles and seek assistance for compensation on a no-win, no-fee basis with your personal injury claim.